You are not a robot. But for so many of us, that's how we treat ourselves. That's how we treat our bodies. If you can imagine, there was a time where exhaustion to me was like a badge of honor. I would work and work and work, and if I had free time, I would find projects and do other things. And I worked myself into the ground. I was so tired. I was beyond exhaustion. I skipped any form of rest except for like laying down to go to sleep. And there was no pleasure in all of that. It was all in the name of being productive. Do you feel me on that one? There was this time where my worth was 100% linked to how much I could get done, how many boxes I could check off on a to do list, how much hustle I could fit into one 24-hour period. And it's funny because for me, at least, this came from my father. I'm very clear. My dad was you work hard from a young age, you make your money, you do the things, you need to work, 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 work. Right? Like when I was in high school, I went to school. I was in honors classes. I was in all kinds of different programs. And above and beyond that, I worked part time for him because I needed to know what it was like to hustle even as a high schooler. From the age of 14, I've been working, working, working. And I remember going to college, and my first semester, I got really sick. I had bronchitis and laryngitis, and like at the verge of like being hospitalized. And my dad shamed me into like, get yourself better. You've got to get back to work. And so I had all these stories in my brain, and I'm still peeling them back a little by little. But what it did was those stories completely disconnected me from my body. I would work, 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 and just not listen to what was happening from here down. And that's what leads to burnout. Right? And when we realize that rest and joy are not rewards, they are requirements for life, something shifts. A big shift happens in our brain. Your body is your guide, it's not your enemy. Being tuned into your body and listening when it needs rest, when it needs some downtime, when it needs a little bit of extra care, that's really important. We're not here to use up our body. We're here to honor it and celebrate it and care for it. And that goes for our mental health as well, right? We need to honor our thoughts. We need to celebrate the great ideas we have, and we need to care for our brain as well. But by learning to switch off some of those subconscious, hardcore program stories I had from childhood, I've been able to start listening to my body. And I do slow down a lot more. And it's created a way to be more sustainable as I build my business and as I create a successful life. I actually feel more successful now that I'm working less than when I was working, 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 working without stopping. This is exactly what we're going to be exploring in my upcoming pleasure challenge. PG version. It's a totally free experience designed to help you reconnect with your body, your joy, and your power. If this sounds like just what the doctor ordered, just what you need, the sign up link is down in the show notes. There's a great community forming already around this challenge. We're starting on November 13th, and we would love to have you join us too.